bum, 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 bum. All right. So again, thanks for joining. And first of all, I want to say happy New Year, and I'll wish you a great 2021. I'm sure that we have all learned a ton from 2020, and personally, I really look forward to 2021, and I really hope that it's going to be a great year. And I'm going to apply everything that I've learned in 2020 and the years before as well. And I'm going to apply everything that I have learned into the new year. And personally, I'm going to make it the best year ever. And my goal for you is to help you accomplish the same thing as well. So I'm just going to take a quick glance if everything is working, and it seems like it is. So let's jump right in. So the topic of this session is why time management doesn't work and what you should do instead. And the reason why I chose this topic is because this is something that I'm really passionate about. And for those who don't know me, I'm Kristof Maeyens, and I help entrepreneurs to become more profitable, to make more revenue by working more effectively and efficiently. And I've helped a lot of entrepreneurs over the last years, a lot of non-entrepreneurs as well. And one of the first questions that I always get is similar to the lines of like, what is your best advice to be more productive, or what is the best app, or what is the best time management technique? And I I always have to disappoint them because there is no best time management app or best time management technique that is able to help them. And actually, the question that they're asking is most often of the time not the best question as well, because they are asking for time management techniques. They want to get better at time management, and I get it. A few years ago, I was in the same situation as well. I really was not productive, or was not able to focus. I procrastinated a whole lot, and I really wasn't able to. In the morning, I started with a to-do list, and in the end, I ended with in the end of the day, I ended with the same to-do list with probably a couple of things added as well. And I may have been busy with one thing or another, but I always was my focus was scattered, and I always was working on the wrong things. And that is when I have found out that time management was not my problem. I wanted to be more productive, and I was always looking for more time management techniques to get better time management, to be able to prioritize better. And I was trying all kinds of things. I was trying the Pomodoro technique and the urgent versus important matrix, and scheduling all my tasks on my calendar. I was doing, quote unquote, I was doing all the right things, all the things that you read on blogs and books, and all the advice I could get. I thought that I was doing all the right things, but the problem was that I was focused on time management, and actually time management was not my main issue. So let me show you the next slide here. So what I have found is that that there are 4 crucial elements to becoming more productive, to get the most out of yourself. And those are, and you can see them on the screen here, but those are mindset, energy, time, and attention. And what I would like to do is go a little bit deeper into these 4 aspects, and then the title of this session will make a lot of sense to you. So the mindset part of productivity is all about having the right mindset. But what does that mean? For me, having the right mindset means that you are able to cope with negative emotions. And personally, I was a chronic procrastinator, and I still get these urges, but now I have learned the skills to deal with this. But if you are a procrastinator or a chronic procrastinator, you will recognize this, that whenever something gets hard or something is boring, or there is something that doesn't feel right, or it feels hard, or you don't know what the next step is, then you tend to procrastinate. And what it all boils down to is your ability to cope with negative emotions. And for a lot of people, and I would even say for most people, procrastination is is an avoidance of these negative emotions. So we do something else to escape from the negative emotions, but it does, in the long run, it harms us, and we know this, but still, this is something that we are still doing. So that is what the mindset and emotional part of productivity. That is why this is so important. And I'm going to give you a litmus test for all of these areas as well, so that you can really find out which of these areas that you can find the most growth in. And the litmus test for the mindset / emotional category is, are you able to do your work even if you don't feel like doing it? If the answer is yes, then and you really want to get better at productivity and more effective and efficient, then probably the mindset part is not the issue. But if you said yes, if this resonates with you, that you are not able to do your work, even if you're able to do your work, even if you're not feeling like it, if that is not something that you can that you are able of, then you really need to work on fixing your mindset and really need to work on finding ways to cope with negative emotions and to not channel it into procrastination, but to really learn how to deal with this. And then if you do this, then your productivity will skyrocket, because this will be the click that you make, and the thing that you were missing. All right, on to the next category, and this is all about energy. And energy, there are a couple of categories of energy, but like the main reasons that, or the main aspects of productivity and energy are physical energy and mental energy. So physical energy is kind of obvious, but a lot of people tend to ignore this. But if you don't have enough sleep and you feel tired all day, there is no way that you will be able to perform at your best. That there's no way, if you wake up tired, there's no way that you will be able to do the best work that you want to do. And mentally, it's a very similar thing. If you are occupied, if something happened, just to give you a random example, let's say your girlfriend or your wife has just left you. She has broken up with you, and this was in the morning. Will you be able to do productive, focused work in the afternoon? The answer is no. You are occupied, because this just drains your mental and emotional energy. And the same is for the ability to focus, but that is actually something that I will get into later as well. because focus is a whole other topic. But focus is also a kind of energy, and anyone who has done productive work for an extended period of time has noticed that at one point you just feel drained, but you have physical energy. If someone would ask you to go on a run with you, or to go on a bike ride, or whatever it is, you would say, yeah, okay, I feel up to it. And actually, it would do you good, because it's a different kind of energy that you are using, right? But if they would ask you to do like a 1 hour quiz, like a really intensive quiz that you need to focus on, you would feel like, yeah, I'm not really feeling up to this, because I'm mentally drained, right? So there are different kinds of energy, and if you are lacking of energy, this may very well be the linchpin that could skyrocket your productivity. And I probably should have mentioned this in the beginning of this task. With these 4 elements, this is like the chain. And what my advice is for you is to find the weakest link. And the weakest link is probably, and I would say this is true for 95% of you, that the weakest link is what you should focus on. So whether it's mindset and emotions, or energy, time, or the ability to focus, if one of these areas is lacking, if you focus, pun intended, if you really work on that, then your productivity will skyrocket. And that is where the biggest gains are for you. And you can repeat this exercise again. So let's say, for example, that energy is something that you need to work on, and you fix your sleep schedule, and then your energy get better, you get more productive. Then you can do the same exercise again, and you look at the 4 elements, and then you do the litmus tests again, the four litmus tests, and then you find out what then is your weakest point. So that was just something in between that I really wanted to mention. So getting back to energy, the litmus test for energy is, and I focus mostly on physical energy right now. One, because time is limited right now for this session, and second is that this is something that a lot of people are struggling with the most. So the litmus test for having enough energy is, after waking up in the morning, could you fall back asleep at 10 or 11 a.m.? And a add-on to that, or a second follow-up to that, is, can you function optimally without caffeine before noon? And if the answer to either of those questions is no, that means that you really need to work on increasing your physical energy, and probably your mental energy as well, because it will really suffer. You will not be able to perform at your best if you are tired. Just simply that. All right. So moving on to the third, and this is actually the part of time management. And I know the title of the session was "Forget Time Management. This is what you should do instead." But this was to what I wanted to prove is that, yes, time management is a very important part of being productive, of working more effectively, of working more efficiently. But for most of the people, this is only 10% of the puzzle. It is an important part. And if you are struggling with time management, then that would be the reason why you're not at your top productivity, why you're not at the top of your game, right? So don't mistake me. I'm not saying that time management is not important at all. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that most people want to be more effective and efficiently, by getting better at time management, but there's a whole lot more, and you have to look at it holistically. So for time management, the litmus test there is really that you know how to use your time in an efficient manner. And the litmus test here is, do you know what your priorities are, and are you able to finish your tasks on time? If the answer is yes, focus on one of the other three areas. If the answer is no, if you are not able to prioritize your tasks, if you not finish your task on time, then it does make a lot of sense to really focus on the time management aspect of productivity, so to speak. And then the fourth element, and I don't know if you have joined Nir Ayal in one of the first sessions for today. He gave a great talk on how to become how to become indistractable, and that is what the fourth element is all about. It's about the ability to focus, and there are, in the age that we are currently living with, we are bombarded with distractions, and it's so easy to lose your focus. It's so easy to get distracted and to just feel like you are doing busy work. But is doing busy work really moving the needle forward? And for me personally, I noticed that it wasn't, and I felt kind of productive, just to give myself like this good feeling that I was being busy. But when I did a review, when I reflected at the end of the week, for example, and I reflected on my week, I really didn't feel like I moved the needle, and I really didn't feel like I was focusing on the right things. And then when I decided to really focus on the right things, I felt that I was not even able to really focus for half an hour or for 15 minutes. And what I have found is that the ability to focus is really, this is something like a muscle, and it's something that you can train. And I was really glad when I found this out, because I personally thought that I just wasn't able to focus, and that just it didn't work for me. But what I found out, and I found this for myself, but also for my coaching clients, is that this really is a muscle that you can train, and it's really something that you can get better in. So it's simple but not easy. But if you're not able to focus, the simple solution is to really train this, and to really start focusing as much as you can, and to remove as much as distractions from your life as possible, especially in your work environment, to remove as much distractions as you can, and really to start to train that focus muscle. And the only way to train the muscle, just like working out in the gym, is to really do the work. Really start focusing. Commit to yourself. If you're able to only focus for 10 minutes, and believe me, I was there. If you're only able to focus for 10 minutes on end, set a timer for yourself for 12 or 13 minutes, and really focus on just one thing. Focus on just the task at hand, and remove all distractions. And I promise you, over time, you will get better and better and better. All right. Okay. So these are the four elements that make up productivity. I'm heading into the Q&A right now. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the chat, and I will get through them in just a minute. I just wanted to say, and this is a really short time, I could talk about this for hours, but if you like this kind of content, and if you want to make 2021 your most efficient and effective year ever, so that you have more time to do the things that you love to do, to have more time with your family, to have more time to spend on your hobbies, if you want to learn a new instrument or new language, if you want to be more productive so you can enjoy life to the fullest. If that is your goal for 2021, then I invite you to join our free Facebook group. We have a little bit over 800 members already, and you can do this by going to productivelife.com/community, which is also on the slide. All right, so if you have any questions, let me know. We have a little bit of time left, I think about 5 minutes for Q&A, so I would be really happy to answer your questions. Okay, let me have a look here. Let me put full screen. No, actually, I will keep the link there for you. Okay, so Sunil Karan question. I tend to browse internet on the same topic instead of sitting on topic and therefore taking a long time. How to resist this temptation? Okay, so if I understood your question correctly, what I have found is that this is like a researching kind of thing, right? So what I have found is that I personally tend to use research as a kind of form of procrastination. And this is something that I call productive procrastination, because you are doing something that is, from the outside, it looks productive because you are doing something, you are researching, you are working towards your end goal, but it is not the one thing that you should be doing. So if you really want to limit this, like the best thing, the best advice I could give you was is to use a timer. And just say for yourself, okay, I know I need to research this topic. I expect this is going to take me 15 minutes, for example, and then you set a timer for 20 minutes. Just give yourself some space, and when the timer goes off, then you stop researching. There are also apps like, for example, Freedom, the Freedom app, and it is an app that you can, a program you can install on your computer and your smartphone, your tablet, and excuse me. And that app will also will help you to limit your time on these kind of sites. But that is more like of a crutch. And I really like the app. I use it myself. But this is something of an in-between solution to really help you to learn yourself the skill of limiting this kind of things, and limiting these kind of distractions. And I know it's really easy once you get into it, and you get on one side and you click through to the next, and especially if you have a daunting task in front of you, then doing the research and just reading websites and articles, even if it feels productive, this is something that's a very tempting activity as procrastination. Okay, so Sanyam Sood has a really good question here. How can I prioritize tasks on different domains, health, career, social, etc.? Okay, so the key there for the key there for focusing on different priorities or different projects or whatever is to really focus on habits. So to really distill. So let's say I think okay. So one of the the three examples here were health, career, and social. So for example, a social habit could be to send one text a day to a friend, and to create that habit. For health, it could be to create a habit of working on working out on a daily basis, or every 2 days, something like that. But if you distill this into habits, then it's much easier to First of all, it will take you a lot less effort, and second of all, it will be much easier to make progress on these different areas in your life, and to not go all in on one area and while rejecting all the other areas, right? Okay, so time is almost up. Just one more question here. Laurie Weingarten, could you repeat the litmus test for attention? Okay, so I'm going to repeat the 4 litmus tests here. So for mindset, the litmus test is, are you able to do your work even if you don't feel like doing it? For energy, the litmus test is, after waking up in the morning, could you fall back asleep at 10 or 11 a.m.? Or can you function optimally without caffeine before noon? The litmus test for time management is, do you know what your priorities are and do you finish your tasks on time? And the litmus test for the ability to focus is, are you able to pay attention on your tasks for long stretches of time without being distracted? All right. Okay. How do I find my passion? Well, that's a great question, and that's not something that I can answer in just a quick minute. There is one thing you can do to really to focus in on your passion. And I must say, this is a really great question, because this is the basis for everything, right? If you don't have your passion, if you're not motivated, then everything just falls flat. So you are right asking the perfect question. So kudos to you on that. But to get back on the question about on finding your passion, a great exercise that I have found is to write your own eulogy, and to really think ahead. Take 15 to take half an hour, just sit down in an isolated place where you can just be alone with yourself. Take a piece of pen and paper with you, and really reflect on, what would you want your friends and your family, those dear to you, what do you want them to say about you at your funeral? And I know it's a little bit dark, but this is such a powerful exercise. And I really encourage you, if you have not found your passion, what do you want your family members and your friends to say about you at your funeral? Take your time, and this is, again, I could talk a whole hour about this, but if I would give one tip about finding your passion, that would be it. That is, like, in my opinion and in my experience as well, this has been the most powerful exercise that you can do. There are a lot of other things you can do as well, but if you do this exercise, and if you really focus on this, and you journal about it, or you just write it down, or you meditate about it, or you think about it, that is really the most powerful exercise for this. All right, so time is up. I don't want you to keep away from. I don't want you to keep away from the other sessions. I want to respect the other authors as well, or the other coaches as well. And I really, if you found this helpful, I hope to welcome you in our community. And I look forward to have a chat with you there as well. Okay. Thanks for everything. Thanks for joining again. Wishing you a great day, and most of all, wish you the best for 2021. And I really hope you have a productive year.